Okay, so go ahead and grab your ICA build out, and the next document that you're going to print out is part 2, connecting your business to your ICA. This is important because we're going to reference the ICA and build off of it with this worksheet. So let's look back at your ICA. The very last question I had you answer was, what were the biggest complaints that your customer or user has with your product? We're going to dive into that a little bit more because it's super important how we market and strategize our business, whatever the heck, I hate that word. Okay, so how do you address these complaints? How do you fit into these complaints? What are you doing to contribute to the complaints? Do you have any objections to these complaints? Do you agree with them? Are they valid? Are you addressing them, or are you avoiding them? Answer those questions. I'm curious to see what they are for each niche. Be sure to comment below. What is the language that really resonates with your ideal customer? I like thinking about this because it's really simple. What do you resonate with? Typically, you are your customer, especially in a handmade niche, in a handmade business that's so intimate with the customer. Think big overall styles. Are they professional and serious? Are they casual and relaxed? Are they hip and young with all that chuggy slang? And then are they friendly and intimate and vulnerable like friends are? Think about that for a minute. What resonates with you? What emails do you end up reading all the way through? And what brands speak to you the most? Think about the way that people are saying things to you, and then also think about the way you're saying things to other people. The way that we say things is 100% of the message, right? It's not always what we're saying, but it's how we say them. And then moving along to the next page, what does your ideal customer assume about your product or your niche, your product niche? Handmade products, they think, get a huge bad rap, but a huge good rap, and it's like polar opposites depending on the people. What are some of the false beliefs your customers have? Think back to what your customer cares about and how it might not align with your brand. Let's say that you're a handmade brand, right? What if somebody doesn't care about handmade and it doesn't matter to them? What is going to be the biggest objection to what you sell? Why do people tend to not purchase from you? Or why do people walk past your booth? That's a question you might not have ever asked yourself. Why are people walking past my booth? Don't take it personal. Just think about it for a second. And then why would someone buy your product over a big box competitor who might be a whole lot cheaper? This is a massive question to be asking yourself as you try and successfully sell. And then think about like your competitive advantage here, right? Like AKA the thing that makes your products yours. I think that's really important to think about. And then how does your niche business serve your ideal customer? Really think about your build out, your whole profile, and think, how am I actually talking and speaking and treating and selling and branding for my ideal client? What do you sell? How do you sell it? Where do you do most of your sales come from? And how are you reaching your customers? All of these things play a huge role in the success of your business. Nothing is just random when it comes to success in sales. It's all very strategic, and that's why doing the groundwork is really important, and I'm excited to apply this in the next